Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vinland Saga Season 1, Episode 22, and today, in fact, I'm gonna watch the 3 last episodes of this Season 1. Normally for this session of binge watching, you know, for Vinland Saga, I'm watching them, you know, 2 episodes at a time. But right there, 3 episodes to finish the season. Clearly, I'm not gonna wait one more week to watch one episode, the final one. So 3 episodes today. It's gonna be a long session of binge watching. You know, it's gonna take me 3 hours with everything around it to download the videos and stuff like that. So really, I'm gonna spend my entire afternoon with you guys. And I'm a little stressed because Vinland Saga proved with all of the episodes that I discovered during this season 1 that they are not joking. Like with the rhythm of this anime, they are not joking. Like you saw it at the beginning when we had Thorfinn as a kid. I was like, okay, so maybe we're gonna end the season with him being a teenager. You know, I thought that his evolution would take time, that we would see him really growing up and all, when really we jumped from one phase to another one and we really rushed time during some episodes. So really, with the chronology, with the rhythm of this anime, they are not joking at all, and they are not joking also with the mood, you know, with really what they are doing and all. They are not afraid with killing characters, big ones. They are not afraid with hurting characters. Like first killing characters, the fact that in such a short time we lost Ragnar and Bjorn, that was really a surprise for me, because Ragnar, I didn't see it coming, all of that plan to kill him, you know, Askeladd, the fact that he did it like that. I was truly surprised, and even more because it was just after learning the truth about Ragnar and who he was truly for Canute, the fact that he was a second dad, a real mentor for him, the fact that in fact he was not just annoying, he was also someone nice with Canute and all, and I was a little sad that I didn't have the time to discover that Ragnar. And we lost Bjorn at the end of the last episode, after that battle with Askeladd, which was not really a battle, a fight. It was more like Bjorn asking to his best friend to kill him during a fight so he can go to Valhalla, you know. That was emotional, I cried. So they are not afraid of that, they are not afraid of hurting characters. Like at several occasions we had Thorfinn, Askeladd being so hurt, taking entire days for them, you know, to recover. Bjorn died because of how hurt he was. Thorkell lost 2 fingers and an eye. Like really, they are not afraid of killing people, hurting people, doing big stuff. And I know that this anime is an adaptation of the big history with a big H and all, but they're also taking some liberties with it. You know that I watched The Last Kingdom, I watched Vikings. I love historical shows like that and all, but I know also that all of these shows, even if they want to be close to the truth, to what truly happened, they are taking also liberties with it. So I'm not making any research about what truly happened in real life to all of these characters because I don't want to have spoilers. And at the same time, I don't want to be disappointed if in fact it's not gonna happen. Like, I just want to be fully surprised and I want just to be fully invested with these characters and all. So, yes, I don't know what is gonna happen right there with these 3 final episodes, but I can imagine that Canute is gonna find a way to have that fight against his dad. That's what he wants. I think that we're gonna have his brother at some point appearing, because his brother is supposed to be the next heir. At least that's what their dad wants. So we should have him on screen at some point. I want to see him first, and I want to know also how he's thinking. Does he want the throne? What's happening with the guy? Does he have a good relationship with his brother or not? we don't know about it, so I'm interested by that, and we should have that during one of these 3 last episodes that I'm gonna watch today. During the previous episode, I cried also a lot because Leif finally found Thorfinn after all of these years searching for the kid. And when he found him, he discovered that in fact Thorfinn, since a long time, could have come back. He's strong enough. He's that strong now that he just killed someone in front of him, and just he doesn't want to come back. He wants first to have this revenge. He's blinded by that desire of revenge. I'm saying that, but I think also that deep inside Thorfinn knows that it's not right, because he is making these dreams, you know, with his father, Thors, talking to him, telling him to come back home, that his family needs him, repeating him that stuff about what a true warrior is, and also deep inside Thorfinn knows the truth. But I said it also at several occasions, okay, he's growing up physically, clearly, mentally also, because he's getting clever and all, but emotionally he's still that little kid who just lost his dad and who just wants his revenge. Emotionally he's still at that point, and that's why he's losing his nerves, you know, when someone is teasing him a little, and that's why he's blinded by that rage, and that's why, you know, like really, for me, emotionally, he's still a kid, and he's not going to be able to really change, evolve as a person, as a human being, as long as emotionally he's going to be like that. And I think that's the best thing that the writers did to show that to the viewers, is the fact that into his dreams, or also into real life, when he can see, you know, his father as a ghost and all, each time Thorfinn is seeing himself, is picturing himself as a kid. He's not seeing himself, you know, into his dream as who he is right now. No, he's seeing himself as a kid. For me, it's saying a lot about how he's considering himself emotionally. In his heart, he's still a kid. Mentally, he's a clever guy. Physically, he's a teenager who is becoming a man. Emotionally, he's a kid. 5 years old. Like really. So it would be good to have something about it during these 3 last episodes. Something for Thorfinn to understand what is happening. We should have that fight right now, you know, Thorfinn against Askeladd. I think that Thorfinn can win. Canute made them promise that they would obey and they would accept to stop the fight when he's gonna say to stop the fight. Thorfinn, is he gonna truly obey? Because we know that he wants that fight not to win, but to kill Askeladd. So I'm wondering about that. And no matter what, Askeladd needs to tell to Thorfinn that all of that, you know, that he killed his father because Floki asked him to do so. So there is something going on right there. What exactly? We need to discover that. Like, for me also, these 3 last episodes, we should have something about that. So a fight, Askeladd, Thorfinn, with Thorfinn winning. Askeladd saying the truth about Floki, ordering him to kill Thors. Thorfinn evolving really emotionally. Canute fighting his dad. Canute's brother appearing at some point. Maybe something, you know, about Thorfinn's mother or Thorfinn's sister. It should be great also. But that's the principal things, you know, that I'm expecting, that I want to have for the end of this season. I'm saying that, and I just told you also just before that this anime is great at surprising me, shocking me also, killing people, hurting people, so maybe I'm gonna be totally surprised by what is gonna happen, but I'm still gonna be glad about it. We'll see. I didn't prepare any tissue. That's a fucking mistake. I'm gonna prepare one for maybe more the final episode, not this one. We'll see. I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, if you want a longer reaction part for all of these videos about Vinland Saga, I can put the full reaction part for the big episodes, and let's be honest, for Vinland Saga I put a lot of them, and I think that for the 5 or 6 last episodes it was a full reaction part, and if I don't put the full reaction part, no matter what, I'm putting an extended, a longer reaction part without cutting the scene, you know, during it, and no matter what, without playing with opacity. So if you want this advantage to have a longer or full reaction part, and also to have 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance, it's on my Patreon and it's the best way to support me. So really, come on my Patreon, come with you. Meaning that if you're watching this on YouTube, I already began the season 2 on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode. Thorfinn. Please. Askeladd was, but he was badly hurt, he said so to Bjorn. But he can just take his sword. It depends a lot of the context. Is he hesitating? Eh? How can it be honorable, Thorfinn, to win like that with someone who has no sword? At the same time, a true warrior doesn't need his sword. Are you gonna tell him the truth finally about Floki? No, it's a punition. He learned stuff and is evolving, but in front of you, emotionally, he's that kid again. Don't worry. Really? Eh? We knew that. The king guessed it. But what was your true name? Is your dad? What a nice guy!
生きることが辛いのは俺にとっちゃ当たり前のことだってな。
You are taking care of her. Living like that.
おふくろは英雄復活の伝説を信じていた。自分を病や奴隷身分から解き放ってくれる者の再来をな。あんまり繰り返すのだからよ。俺も信じるようになった。はるか西の彼方、常人にはたどり着くことのできない彼岸の地に英雄アルトリウスの住む楽土があるという。
A different name.
平和と豊穣
It's still paradise land
理想郷だ。
where you can just be happy.
いつの日か彼は万軍を従えきて満足どもを中しこの世を平定してくださる。
It sounds a little like a dictator thing, you know, to come just to conquer. She dead? Oh. In front of. He killed her?
そんなものは永遠に来ないのだと誰かがやらねばならん。
Yes, to dream about an hero, a god coming to save you. Save yourself. Do what you need to do by yourself. It didn't have the time to kill her. It didn't have the time to kill her.
不思議なもんだ。初めて使ったのに剣は俺の手によく馴染んだ。
Uh-huh. First time with it?
お前のクソ野郎の血が流れている証拠だと思った。
But you managed to kill him, you said.
お前、その女の子か。
And yours.
わしの子か。見込みがある。今日から館に住む。さすがに11歳
You're recognizing his potential?
まずは親父の目に留まること。成功だ。
Did you want that? You were Thorfinn.
いつも親父を立てるように気を使ってね。
You were playing him. You were Thorfinn. But you chose to hide your anger.
じきに周りも身内もすっかり俺を親父の子として受け入れるように。
What about your mama? Where is she?
この作業に2年をかけたぜ。
Oh, and now. Oh. Hey.
お前らにも見せてやりたかったよ。親父のあのなぜってつら。
You had him.
使ったのは兄貴の剣だ。
And you managed to hide the fact that you had him.
あ、長くなったら要するにだ、トルフィー。
A good one.
10年以上かけて俺一人倒せないお前はポンクラだって話した。
But you're better than him.
うるせえ。俺は何があってもてめえを取らす。
You're blinded by your rage. He was not.
たく言ってるそばからそれかよ。犬みてえに餌にすられて駆け回りやが
All
る。
of the time that he spent taking care of his mother made him grow up emotionally, and that's why he was different. He managed to control himself during all of this
あ
time.
のトルコイを挑んで便利なガキだよ。お前は。トールズにも感謝しねえとな。待て。もうよせ。やれやれ。すっかり硬くなっちまったらやるな。
You're gonna take care of his body? Or you're gonna make me emotional again?
私なのだ。英雄の末裔はそなたであろう、アシェラット。再起もある。己自身が王となり、世を変えようとは思わぬのか。
すねもよりもね、顔見りゃわかります。
No. I think that he heard you right, and he asked the good question. I think that making you the king Canute is maybe just one more step for him to be on the throne. He's not afraid of waiting, Askeladd. The music is perfect. Yes. You're just that kid. And clearly this scream is proving that it's not gonna change soon. I want a punchy version of this ending credit, like the lyrics and the voice can be the same, but for the melody to just be a little more. If someone knows how to make music, and oh, please do it for me! Ah, what an episode! I thought that we would have a duel Askeladd Thorfinn. I thought that Thorfinn would win, and I was praying for Canute to have enough authority to really manage to stop Thorfinn, because the kid wanted to kill Askeladd that much. Like, really, he doesn't want to win the duel, he wants to kill Askeladd. So clearly I didn't see coming just the beginning of this episode. Like, I'm talking since episodes, if not since Thorfinn is beginning to grow up. The fact that okay, he's growing up physically, okay, he's getting clever mentally, but emotionally, he's still that little kid. Emotionally, he didn't evolve at all, he's still blinded by that rage, and really the best proof of it and the best thing that the writers made to make it understand to the viewers, it's the fact that Thorfinn, into his dreams, when he's talking to his father, and no matter what, into each representation of himself, he's not representing himself as who he is right now, he's representing himself as that little kid, meaning that emotionally he is that kid. Emotionally, it didn't change. So the fact that he's losing that duel against Askeladd like that, for me it's another proof of it, because he's still blinded by that rage in front of Askeladd, in front of the person who killed his father. He's that kid again, and all of what he learned by fighting with everyone else, all of really the capacities that he can have in front of everyone else, is losing all of that in front of Askeladd, because in front of him, in front of the guy who killed his father, is that little kid again, and he's just blinded by his emotions, by this anger. He can't really think, it didn't change, it didn't evolve, and it's gonna continue like that as long as emotionally it's not gonna evolve. And for me, the other proof of that theory that I have about Thorfinn, again, since episodes like, it was what, episode 5 or 6 that he began to be a teenager, I think. I'm repeating that, and really, I have the impression that the end of this episode is giving me the confirmation of my theory, because again, he's thinking about himself, coming back, you know, rewinding everything, and coming back to that moment when he was a kid, and when he had that resolution, you know, almost when he began to have that anger, that rage, and that thought, that go, Askeladd, I'm gonna kill you. He was just a little kid, he was blinded by that rage, he had that face, that scream during that moment, and right there, not succeeding to have this duel, to win this duel against Askeladd, is coming back to that moment, is thinking about that moment, and is reacting the same. Is blinded by his rage again, is screaming his rage again. He is still that kid from that moment. Mentally he evolved, he's really more clever, he can connect dots, you know, about things, about people, he can see stuff which are gonna happen. Mentally evolved, physically evolved, emotionally, not at all. And for sure, that's just a little part of this episode, because the big part of this episode, it's this entire flashback for Askeladd about his mother, about his father, and really, you know, I think now that it's a little fun that when we had the first memory with Askeladd, at first I thought that it was Thorfinn, because right there, by learning more about Askeladd's past, I'm even more like, you were Thorfinn, like, or maybe more, Thorfinn is like you, Askeladd. At some point someone tried to kill one of his parents and he managed to wait to have his revenge at some point. But the big difference between Askeladd and Thorfinn is the fact that Askeladd spent all of this time taking care of his mother, so emotionally he grew up really quick, already as a kid, because he had to be the parent of his parents, you know, of his mother. He had to take care of her, he had to play that role, so emotionally he evolved. So he managed to hide that anger that he had against his father. He managed to play with everyone, he managed to make them all think that everything was alright, that he was glad to be his father's son, that he was okay with the entire situation, just to kill him at the right moment and to hide the fact that he did it because he had a bigger purpose, in fact, than to just have his revenge. When Thorfinn, he doesn't hide his anger, he doesn't hide his desire of revenge, he doesn't play with anyone, he's showing it to everyone, so he's allowing everyone to see it, so to see his weakness, so to play with it, against him, you know, and he doesn't have any patience when Askeladd was really ready to wait, and he doesn't have another purpose, a bigger one than that. He just wants a revenge. When Askeladd, he thought also about what could be great for himself through that. Thorfinn is not really thinking about himself when he wants that revenge. Do you understand what I mean? He's just thinking about that goal, but what is gonna happen after that? I'm pretty sure that the kid never asked himself that question. Is he gonna come back home? Like, what pleasure really, what consequence can be good for him because of that? Because emotionally, he's still thinking like a kid. But for you, Askeladd, the fact that you managed to do all of that, to take care of your mother, to protect your mother also because she didn't die, like his father was that close to kill her, but he managed to stop that. And then the fact that you managed to hide your anger, then to hide the fact that you killed him, the fact that your brother died for you, like for you to not be killed. Or we didn't know him, so maybe he was a bad guy. I'm gonna reassure myself thinking that your brother was a bad person. Oh, and another thing which was interesting, it was the fact that his mother was dreaming about that paradise land. Everyone is happy right there, the life is beautiful right there, and at some point someone is gonna come from that land to save them all. It's another version, you know, of Vinland. It's another version of that dreamy land in which everything is perfect, you can only be happy. But like, I think that Thorfinn shouldn't think about that land and it's just a dream, it's just something to reassure yourself when you're sad and all. And clearly he shouldn't have asked that question to Leif he should have asked about his family, people who are truly alive and present and right there. I think that right there, for Askeladd's mother and all, and Askeladd understood it, you shouldn't expect for someone to save you. You should try to save yourself, to change your own situation. That was a good episode, really deep, about the characters. That was an episode really entirely for the characters, for Askeladd, for Thorfinn, to go deeper with them, to learn more about Askeladd's past for sure, but also for Thorfinn to realize stuff maybe about himself. I hope that he's gonna learn from that moment, but with Thorfinn we never know. But clearly that was an episode for the characters and a deep one. I loved it. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video right now and I'm gonna watch 2 more episodes today, the end of this season 1. Again, if you want to watch my reactions and my thoughts already about these 2 episodes and the first episode of the season 2, come on my Patreon. It's all for you for this video and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.